GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus. Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Sorry, I thought ad was running at the start. That's what I was told, right, by my production guy, sat right here. There is no ad, right? But he done it deliberately, you know. Yeah. And actually, right at the beginning of the video, I'm going to flop him here. Look.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
People, he was asked to go out and get some sugar, right? And this is what he brought back. Seeds.
What?
Yeah? What is this? Yeah. What
rice,
is this, Ryan?
No, it's not rice. It's not rice, is it?
Is it rice? What is this, Ryan? What is this he brought back?
Do you know what? If you'd have asked Joe to do it, Joe would have brought back sugar. That's what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we're here over in Bilbao for the big game tonight. It's an early kickoff. It's a 5:45 kickoff UK time, 6:45 over here. Arsenal taking on Athletic Club Bilbao in the first game in the Champions League. Yesterday when we got here, it was like a typical English day, like, you know, drizzly rain literally the whole evening, despite Julian telling us
it wasn't going to rain all day.
It wasn't going to rain in the afternoon, according to...
It was right, really, because it rained all night.
It rained the whole day.
Yeah, but today is looking like a lot nicer day.
Beautiful out. We've been out, look, you know, some of us have been up and out already, like me and Ryan been out.
Lee said you're not doing transfer daily. When you don't do transfer daily, you sleep until...
I tell you what, when you don't do transfer daily, you sleep a lot, don't you?
Well, listen, I have spent the whole summer doing it, so it is nice to get a little sleep.
Last one up today, 11 o'clock.
Is that what time I got up?
Yeah.
It wasn't 11 o'clock.
It was.
Shut up.
It was, because we're in Albion. Yeah, it was 11 o'clock.
Because we're in Albion, so it was 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's ain't too bad.
Yeah, I woke up at 10 o'clock.
I was the first one up at 10 o'clock.
Ryan said he was the first one.
Well, Ryan was up early, but then I was the first one up at 10 o'clock, which is 9 o'clock back in England, and you none of you rose to about...
I got about half 9.
Half 10. You was the last one up, Rob. Come on, let's play this out.
Are we the first Champions League game?
Cooked yourself eggs.
Are we the first Champions League game?
Cooked yourself a bit of breakfast and didn't cook for no one else.
That's true.
Well, you didn't want that, did you? You lot was eating your pastries. I don't eat that stuff.
Oh,
right. So,
are we the first Champions League game out of all the Champions League fixtures? Because
I think there's another one. There's another early kickoff.
What? Check if it will know, because
there's one more.
What, 5:45?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the?
I'll tell you, it is
the opposing.
Shouldn't you have prepared for this before, like? You know what I mean? And that's the trouble, right? Because you've been sleeping all the time. You haven't prepared. I've come here prepared. I know exactly what we're talking about.
So what is that game then?
Yeah, go on.
David Ray's 30th birthday.
What's the other game? What's the other game?
Huh?
What's the other early game?
I don't know the other early game. Not interested.
Well, I will tell you. It's PSV versus Union Berlin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember it now.
That's right.
I did say there was another. Ryan, did I say there was another game? I did say, like, you know.
Well, we're kicking off early. 5:45 kickoff. Arsenal getting it all started.
Which you didn't even know at one stage. You thought it was 8 o'clock kickoff at once. Can I just get that in as well?
He's coming for you on this live, isn't he?
Can I say that? Did you say that as well? He done his research to the T. What? 6:45? No, it's 8 o'clock.
Well, I didn't know the stadium name. They're killing me in the comments as well. Listen, we're just a bit rusty. It's the first one back. Yeah, a bit rusty.
Yeah, right? Well, I think if you know, like the professionalism has dropped off a little bit.
And it started with Ryan. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
But listen, it's great to be back in the Champions League. It's great to be over here in Spain. Looking forward to the game today. How are you guys feeling ahead of this game against Athletic Bilbao? You know, going to be buzzing here. I was talking to a guy here yesterday, and he was saying that, you know, it's going to be buzzing atmosphere inside the stadium. This is a huge game for them, absolutely huge game, and another shot at them trying to beat an English club. You know what I mean? So, how are you guys feeling ahead of it?
I'll throw that back to your question. I don't get nervous for these games because, like, in the group stage or the league stage, because it's not a be ending if you win or lose. Where I feel like Saturday, I felt a little bit nervous because you know you've got to win that game. As much as we want to win today, ain't the end of the world if we don't win it, as long as we don't lose it. So I feel a little bit more relaxed coming into these games. I don't know if you feel that as well. So I'm looking forward to the games. If I'll be real, on Saturday, you know, I'm a little bit nervous, and then when we beat Forest, the relief comes in. Oh, we've got the 3 points. I feel with the Champions League, and I love it being in it. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel a little bit more relaxed going into these games. Maybe not in the knockout stages.
How about you?
I've been quite relaxed. I think I've been quite relaxed and excited to watch Arsenal again since, especially after the back we saw on the weekend for us in the Premier League. I'm excited for this game. I think it's nice to know that, you know, when we go in pre-season tours and we're excited to see the new players, we still got new players to play. Like Nkapé still hasn't figured, he might play, we might get to see him in an Arsenal shirt, we might be the first to see him in his Arsenal shirt make his debut. Like, I'm excited to watch Arsenal. Eze, I know we watched him on the weekend in the Premier League, but he's an exciting, I'm excited to watch Arsenal. That's why my score prediction was a bit different to I think a lot of you. I went 3-0, I'm quite confident because I don't know, I have a feeling back that I'm like, we're on the right path. I think last season, towards the end of the season, we weren't playing good football. At the start of this season, we weren't playing great football. Now we've made good signs. The feel around the fans, the feel around the club, it just feels. I feel like we could go quite far in this competition, Robbie. I know people keep telling me, you've got to have higher standards.
We went far last year. I
agree, but people keep saying you need to have higher standards. You need to win the Champions League or the Premier League. I'm like, the Premier League, we're not favourites. It's Liverpool. And Champions League, fair play. Yeah, okay, cool. But I think I can kind of agree with that because we've got such a good squad now. And I think we can get a lot of the job done, early on in this competition and get further than what we got last year, which was the semi-finals. So I'm excited. I think this will be a good start. And if we start and get a good win, I'm excited to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm feeling good about it. I don't want us to underestimate Athletic Bilbao, because I think there's a lot of people just thinking we're just going to sweep over them. I don't think it's going to be as easy a game as that. I think it will be a tough game.
Why?
Because it's away. And I think any time you're away from home, and they're a decent side as well. They came fourth in the Liga. They've got off to a decent start this season as well. I think their record's the same as ours, isn't it? If I'm right.
Well researched, Rob. Well done.
Their record's the same as ours, 3 out of 4. They're a decent side. I know they're missing their star player in Nico Williams, but we're also missing the star players as well. So I do feel that this is going to be a tough game. I think sometimes people underestimate the fact that when you're playing teams like this, when they're playing Arsenal, they look at a game like this as a huge moment for their football club. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is the first time, as far as I know, that we've played, apart from the Emirates Cup, first time we've played. And especially the first time we've played here, this is going to be huge for them. This is going to be a huge game. And this is a massive scalp if they could take it. So think of this game as like a cup final for them. Or like, like when you're playing like in the FA Cup and you've got like you're playing a team that, I don't want to say they're a low team because they're not. I mean, it's a big stadium, they're a well-supported team. But this is a big moment for them. So, and I've seen games like this in the past for Arsenal. Like you said it the other day, Lee. Lons last season, or was it the season before?
Yeah.
When we played them,
shocked by that. I was shocked.
Yeah, they beat us. That atmosphere was crazy. Like, it was the first game as well in the Champions League. They were really on it. Right. I remember we played. I think it was in the Europa League when we played Rennes. Right. I don't know if you was at that game, Lee. Same thing, everyone is expecting us to sweep them aside. It was a huge atmosphere in the stadium. I was chatting to people around the town that day and they're like, this is our biggest game in our history, right? So this game tonight, their fans and their players will be approaching this like a mega game. So I hope that, and I'm sure Mikel Arteta, especially as a person who sort of comes from around this region, you're not going to take this opposition lightly. This is a huge game and we want to get off to a great start. So I think that's something that we have to remember because it is a very underestimated thing sometimes when you are coming to play teams like this, that you are playing for the first time, that are playing a huge Premier League team.
Before we go to Super Chats, there's a stat floating around which I need your help with, so sorry it's not well researched, but I think the last 6 or 5 Spanish teams though we've won against. It's Real Madrid obviously twice, Seville must be in there at some point when we're in the Champions League. I'm sure against Spanish teams, we've been I think even away from home, we've been really good of late.
Yeah, listen, we've been great in this competition, but
what are the other Spanish teams?
It's just that, like, in my mind, I don't think Arteta will anyway, and I don't think the players will, but in my mind, it's just like, do not take this game lightly. Do not because if so, I think these are the type of ways you can come and get done, because it ain't going to be.
How does he do
not
that?
gonna be an easy
Over
task.
rotating. How does he?
Well,
how
you
would
know,
how would you say-
let me just give you an example,
Go
right?
on.
Like, I was listening to Julian yesterday, and you guys can go and watch the predicted 11, right? And the way he was talking about, I'll change this, I'll change that, I'm like, yo, you
can't change a light bulb. I don't know where you're at.
Man City on the weekend, no?
For me, I'm like, you've got no respect for the opposition. This is a tough game, right? The first game of the Champions League away from home, and you're suggesting leave out your careers, leave out this, leave out that, because we've got this big game on the weekend. No, for me, this is the next big game. We got to go into this, I feel, with the strongest possible team to try and get, because you want to get off to a winning start in this Champions League.
You do.
Get off to a winning start, then you've got the next home game, get those two in the bag. You're starting to look really already good to qualify in that top 8. So for me, when I heard him saying that yesterday, I'm like, you're obviously taking Athletic lightly. That was my opinion.
Well, you know, Girona was the other one, by the way, like a Spanish club.
Girona?
That's it. Oh, well, Reece. Thank you.
Just going to the back of my brain there, like, you know. But I think it's very interesting that if you rotate, is that taking the opposition team lightly? That's the thing.
If you rotate as much as he said, though,
that's what I think. I think you're right. I think like if you have a look at even against Forest, it's 1 or 2. So I could see Arsenal rotating 1 or 2 again today, and I think that's something that maybe because of the games and things like that, maybe that's something that Mikel's got to do, and us as fans have got to be used to that as well, because we've not been used to rotation. We've actually just like always playing the best team, whatever, like, you know. I do think that the way it's set up now and the squad that we've got, I don't think if you bring in a certain player like a Marino for a Declan Rice, you're disrespecting Nottingham Forest. I don't think that if you was to leave out a couple of players today, you're disrespecting Atletico.
A couple, but if the amount of sweeping changes
I wouldn't be making sure. And I think that's where Mikel's got to get that right between rotation and going too much. So I think taking out 1 or 2 wouldn't be bad. That's why I would probably take out Timber today out of the back 3. But we now know that Ben White's not available.
Yeah, that's true.
So that changes it a little bit. It could play Mascara out there, and put in Saliba, because I think at the end of the day, if you're not going to play Saliba, why get him out here to travel? So I think that, you know, he could be doing a little bit of extra work back home. I don't know, but I think Mikel has got to look to rotate at times, but only 1 or 2.
Oh, so you're saying put Saliba in to start over Mascara then?
I'm playing Mascara right back.
Mascara right back, but I
that's right.
Firstly, I want to see Timber playing. Let me just go through. Let me just go a super chat. It's from Mark T. He says, quick question. I know it's early, but in the January transfer window, should we go in the hunt for a backup striker?
Well, that's a
Will
good
Havertz
question.
be fit by then?
Good question. Havertz will be fit in
He
about a month's time.
Jesus,
they're saying like December time, aren't they?
Yeah, he might even be fit by then.
So I think they'll sell Jesus, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, they'll try. Obviously, he has to play a little bit to kind of try and put up his value. But
Cypher says, I'd like him to play Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gyökeres, Dauman, Eze, Zubamendi and Hincapi, and Rice behind, with Cali, Magalhaes and Mosquera in defence, with Raya in goal. I think that's too many changes for me.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Max get a feature in.
Could he play a back 3?
Nah.
Is there any time to experiment with that?
We've got the quality to do that, but he wouldn't change.
First game, I don't want no experiments either. I just want us to put out as strong team as we can and get a win. I also look on it, and rotation is important, but I do look on it and think, we got a big gap between now and
I agree. I agree.
I think we've got a big advantage over Man City, because not only are they, you know, they got to travel to Arsenal after playing. I mean, they are at home, but they're playing on Thursday night.
And you're right.
We're playing early on a Tuesday, and then we've got like 2 extra days to get over everything, and you know.
Because I was arguing with myself about the whole Gyökeres or Marino starting up top. Like, did Julian have a little bit of a point to maybe rotate the striker? But now I think there's enough time for him to reset and get back into the flow of things. And I think as a striker, you want to be. The best way to build confidence is playing games and then scoring goals. So I don't think you rotate. But he did make me fit. He made a.
Why would you rotate Gyökeres when it's a striker who's trying to get his rhythm, trying to get his, yes, he's got 3 and 4, but let's get him rolling, man. Let's get
I
that
agree,
rhythm going. Let's get him scoring on a regular basis.
The only reason I can see in that is because he's the only one we've got, right? So you've got to try and protect it a little bit. I get what you're saying. So you don't want to keep. But at the end
but you've got Marino who can come in if he's.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Marino playing today than on Sunday. Up front.
I just don't. Listen, you can get paranoid with these things where you're thinking, I've got to just...
No, I'm with you.
Gyökeres
plays today. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't play today.
And he done well in the Champions League last season.
Yeah.
Remember the hat-trick he scored against Man City. So, for me, I want to see Gyökeres playing in this game. Listen, athletic players are good, would love to see him left out.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Because he'd relish against a team like that. Do you think, just quickly, Martinelli and Trossard, do you feel like, if they get left out of this game as well, because they'd be thinking, well, surely we're going to get some minutes.
Thinking what? This is what I hate, this little sympathy stuff, yeah? You're playing for Arsenal, right? You're going to have to earn your position in the team, and if you don't like that, then you should have left in the summer, right? Stop sulking, and I'm not saying they're sulking, by the way, but this is when you're playing for teams like Arsenal, right? And they've got a squad like that. You're going to have to earn your position. So Martinelli, let's be right, he started off the season starting, and he's not played well enough to keep his place. So if he doesn't play tonight, that's for him to...
He wouldn't play Sunday either, though. He wouldn't start Sunday either.
He's got to get himself...
He's got more chance of playing tonight than Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's not starting, then you
wouldn't surprise me if Martinelli did play today.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Would you do this, right? Is yours gold? He says, why not play Eze in the 10 and see what he's got? Now, you could, for instance, play Eze in a 10 and you could play Martinelli out on that left-hand side. Because Martinelli as well is going to put that work rate in. He's going to get back. And remember, he had a great moment in Spain. Remember when we played Real Madrid?
Yeah.
So that is a shout.
That's an option.
I'd like that.
That's an option. A little bit harsh on Wanyeri.
Yeah, he's very harsh on Wanyeri.
But then you're saying to Wanyeri, like, you're rested for this game, but maybe you're playing on the Sunday. So, listen.
But then you're also dropping Rice or Marino.
No, Rice will play.
Because if you think
Rice was. So
you put Rice, Rice, Eze and Zubimendi then?
I wouldn't be surprised if Zubimendi left out today. No, that's a silly thing because you're looking to rotate them all. So it was Rice this time.
Playing in Spain and all that.
I don't know how he's going to do. This is the interest. This is the fascinating thing about him rotating.
I think Zubimendi and Rice are almost certain to start today. Right? Zubimendi just scored 2 goals. Right? Had one of his his best game in an Arsenal shirt. Returning back here, a place that he knows well. He's from this area. This is where he used to play his football, not far from here for Real Sociedad. So I think he's a definite. Rice was rested for this game, right? That's a definite that he's going to start.
So Marino as well, surely it's the same.
Marino could start. Marino could start. Maybe the same sort of midfield like what they did against Liverpool. But we didn't win that game, did we?
Well, listen, we played
and there was a lot of complaints about that being too defensive.
Listen, I'm not as convinced as you have with Zubimendi. I think that maybe...
Why wouldn't he start? He just scored 2 goals on the weekend. He's from round it.
It doesn't matter. I come from round London, but I don't...
You're not very good at football, are you?
What I'm saying is that if you look at it, Zubimendi played both games for Spain. Both played on Saturday. He might say, do you know what? Need you fresh for I don't know. I wouldn't be. I'm not as positive as you on that. I think it could be and that gives Marino another game before Zubimendi, Marino, Eze or Wanyeri. I wouldn't be surprised seeing it.
Who would you be annoyed to not see start? Because you lose your mind sometimes when you look at 11. So if you saw a player that was not starting, who would you be like?
I'm not bothered about it. I'm not bothered tonight.
There's not one player in there that you think.
I want to see Rice and Zubimendi playing on Sunday, guaranteed it. I want to see Timber playing on.
So you haven't got no guarantees that you want to see for this game. You don't care. Say if Eze didn't. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, should be fair.
I think Eze should play because I think one didn't play for England last game. He's still trying to get used to the player playing for Arsenal. So I think he's It's his first Champions. He's never played a Champions League game, so I think it's a good start for him to play in that. I think that's a good one. Madueke on the other side, definite. I think he's a definite starter at this moment in time.
If he's not starting,
again, I wouldn't be surprised if he might be left out because he's played both England games, played in that game, and then Martinelli coming in. I don't know.
You know what's happening?
Sunday.
You know what's happening with us now?
Yeah,
we're getting too carried away with this rotation stuff.
No, I'm saying one or two might get rotated. Rob. I don't know which one or two.
But when Saka was getting played loads, and you were saying play him, you've got to play your best, and now he seems like a player that could have regular injuries. There is a bit of cause for concern.
4 games
I hear
into
you.
the new season.
But
I could understand it if we're like, 20, 30 games in, 4 games.
Rob,
these players are athletes.
I want all these players fresh.
Yeah.
When we come to March, April, May.
Yeah, but we've got a big enough squad to rotate.
Well, so when are you going to start rotating?
I don't think the first game in the Champions League, which is a very important game, you go rotating them. To me personally,
that was a massive game on Saturday, Rob, and he rotated.
Listen, they didn't get our third gear. We were saying, right? But the only really big rotation in that game, the only really big rotation in that game was Rice. Everybody else I would have expected to start in that game.
Yeah, and that's the great thing. What I'm saying is, these players coming in, hopefully it's not going to be an effect. So if you do leave Zubimendi out, you do leave Mahrez, it shouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just don't think, it's just about winning right now. And I just think...
We can win and rotate.
Yeah, but I just don't think we need to... Let's not get carried away with this rotation thing because we've got a great squad depth. I think... Put a winning team out there. Personally,
so when are you going to rotate these guys then? Port Vale?
I'm rotating for Port Vale.
So
that's when Port
you've
Vale...
got players there
Port Vale game, right, is where your Hincappies are bringing...
Yeah, makes his debut, I agree with that.
It's where, I might start a Max Dowman. Is where I'll drop Zubimendi for that game and hopefully maybe if Norgard's fit, that's a game where I might make 4, 5, 6 changes. But this game, away Champions League, 55,000 fans roaring their team on against us, right? I want the strongest Arsenal team. I think it's important we get a win in this game if we possibly can.
Of course.
Right? Takes us in with good spirits into that game against Man City at the weekend, which we've got a long gap for that, from Tuesday to Thursday. Right, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can have a game to Sunday. That's ages, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I more or less have the same team that we had out on Saturday, apart from Declan Rice comes back in. That's
for who?
Yeah.
So what was the midfield? Marino. I drop out Marino and Declan Rice comes back in. Declan Rice comes back in.
He only plays round the corner. He's played round the corner.
He does, and he can come on later on. Because you know what, he can be back. Because if for me, it makes sense for him to be on the bench actually. Because
why?
Because he can come on for Gyökeres or he can come on for Rice. Right, so it makes sense for him to be on the bench. You've got that player on the bench that can cover those 2 positions. So
would you start him against City?
No, I wouldn't. Gyökeres starts. I play my strongest.
You're not rest. You're going to rest. You're going to drop. So you're not rest. You're dropping Marino because if you're leaving him out today, you're going to leave him out Sunday.
Mikel Marino came in on Saturday. Right, he would not ordinarily start, would he? In our strongest 11.
Right, so he's not playing the next 2 games.
Can I ask you a question? Right? In our strongest, in Arsenal's strongest 11, does Mikel Marino start?
In the midfield?
Not in my.
Exactly.
But everyone has different strong midfielders.
No,
whether midfield.
I asked that question.
All right, whether midfield or striker, are you starting him ahead of Gyökeres? Are you starting him ahead of Rice?
No.
Right, so it's not an argument for me.
But
right?
he is.
So right now, Mikel Marino is not being dropped. You got a chance to play on Saturday because of rotation. Declan Rice, if we're playing our strongest 11, Declan Rice starts. I want to see the strongest 11 today and Sunday. Then, you know what? Port Vale, Marino can come in.
So Saliba's in today then?
Sorry?
Saliba plays today because you're playing your
I
strongest.
will take Saliba today, yeah.
And you drop in?
You drop Mascara,
The Mascara.
Well, I like the ruthlessness. I
want my strongest team.
Yeah,
listen, Mascara's done well.
You should be more ruthless with some cameramen like
Let me see Mark T with another super chat. He says, should Kepa be given a chance? If he did, are you guys okay with him starting? I want Marino on 10 and Eze on the left, is what he's saying.
You want to put Kepa
No, for me, and I think the fact that, we saw, the press conference being done by David Raya suggests that he's going to start.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Jake says, with another super chat, says, do you guys think we're better off without Odegaard? No, I don't.
No, I'm not saying that.
This is a tough
But
question.
listen, Martin Odegaard
question.
is not a shoe-in to this team no more.
Yeah, agreed.
No, that is a fact.
And that's a great thing.
No, I agree.
So when he comes back, he's got to be 100% fit and he's got to start performing. And if he doesn't, there's a problem for him.
It's not nice to see that your captain's injured. Obviously, one of them come back. But I will say it's good to see that Arsenal can try other things and see if it works, which is...
Jay Rorker says Hincapie's a baller, and Robbie's saying he should play in the Carabao. Joke thing. All right, well, who would you bring Hincapie in for? He is a baller, that's why we bought him. But who, at this stage, the guy hasn't played any games for Arsenal, Jay, who would you bring him in for? That's what I'd like to know now.
You're looking at leaving Gabriel out. I don't think you can leave Gabriel out in a big game like this.
Or Calafiori, because he can also play as a left back.
Yeah, but we wouldn't do that because Calafiori's in a great form, so is Miles Lewis-Skelly. It'll be Gabriel
Miles Lewis-Skelly comes in.
Hincapie, perfect time to bring him in is against Port Vale.
Yeah, to get him up and running.
Would you pay Hincapie and Mascara together? I think that's a...
You could do. Yeah,
what, today?
No, we could Port Vale.
Yeah, why not?
100%.
What's wrong with that?
No, I thought you'd want at least one senior centre-back alongside...
Gabriel, by the way, has just come back from major surgery. Don't forget, the other two players have had exactly the same surgery, are out injured now. I feel that you've got to thank you, Ancelotti, for leaving him out for Brazil. But I do think that we're going to have to, for me, he's got to play these two games, and then he's definitely left out Port Vale. It might be, then you've got Newcastle. You can't be somewhere along the line. You're going to have to bring in players. I don't know if I'm with you on this, Rob. I don't think it's
true.
today.
So I forgot. Port Vale after that is Newcastle away. Yeah.
Kevin Dean says, Robbie, the same reason you gave for Zubi starting, with the same reason Marino was starting. I'm not saying Marino won't start.
I think good super chat that.
Yeah, it wasn't a super chat. It was a comment. But actually, listen, Kevin, Marino might start. He might go for the same formation that they did.
Well, I'll be disappointed if he does.
Right, but
that don't work.
Everybody was moaning and saying that was too defensive, weren't they?
We don't know if it doesn't work.
I can see that. I can see that happening. Listen, I can see with Odegaard being out, I can see him having that midfield that he had against Liverpool, which was Zubimendi, Rice, Marino. I can see it.
Yeah, and I'd be disappointed if he does.
I don't want that. I'd rather see
Ranieri in. Or Eze.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm going back to 3 games that I've had. It wasn't Zubimendi, but we played at Bournemouth. We played that same sort of 3. It was Thomas Partey, Rice and Marino, right? Lost 1-0. We played it against Liverpool with Zubimendi, Rice and Marino. Lost 1-0. Please do not play it today.
Yeah. Mark T with a super chat, he says, I just wanted to say, with the injuries we have, we're still sitting down and talking about who should start. What a squad depth we are having, finally. Yes. And it's true. That's a great point, because you think about it. There's no Saka, there's no Odegaard, there's no Havertz,
no White.
There's no Ben White, right? Will Saliba play? We're not sure. There's Saliba. These are literally the foundations of the Arsenal team over the past couple of seasons, and they're all out. Yeah, we're all missing.
We're arguing about
and we're still.
And the other thing is
because of quality.
Even if you did leave Raya out today, I'm not saying that we will. I'm not going to be nervous about Kepa coming in, because he's done very, very well for us, and he's a decent goalkeeper. So even in that area, you're not like panicking like it was last season when we, Raya had to play even the League Cup games last season.
I can't remember at a stage where if Saliba or Gabriel goes down, I'm not that worried either. I can't believe I'd never thought. With Arsenal, I thought our defence is our foundation. We have the strongest defence, best defence. I always thought if one of them goes down, well, it's completely done. Now, I can't believe how well Mascara just fitted in.
I think with Gabriel, he does give us that little bit more as well in the attacking sense as well.
Sorry?
Gabriel for corners. I think he's.
We haven't seen it much this season yet, though, I'll be honest.
No, he's been. But I think because of his presence in there, it's allowed Timber to get headers it like a goal and other players. You know what I mean? So I am worried about this hamstring thing, you know what I mean? Like that Saka's gone down.
Yeah, he could be injury.
But in saying that, with him, they didn't rush him, didn't they?
They ain't having to rush him back now, which is a good thing.
And even in the tour, they kept just training him, didn't they? You know what I mean? So.
Kay Hardy says our depth is the strongest in over 20 years. The quality
totally
is
agree.
remarkable.
Yeah, no. Totally agree.
You know, when we look at the depth, so let's just run through it. Goalkeeper, you've got Raya and Kepa.
Yeah.
Right back, Timber and Ben White. Centre back, Mosquera and Saliba on the right hand side. Left sided centre back, you've got Gabriel, you've got Hincapi, right? And Calafiori, remember, who can also play as a centre back on that left hand side, does that for Italy. Left back, you've got Calafiori, Hincapi can play there as well, and Mars Lewis Skelly. That is some serious depth. Moving into midfield, holding midfield, you've got Zubimendi and Norgard, and remember Rice can also play that position if you want. So you've got 3 players that can play that position. You've got then you've got Marino, you've got Eze who can play in midfield if you want. You've got Ethan Wandieri and Martin Odegaard.
And people say Mars Lewis Skelly can go in there.
And Mars Lewis Skelly could drop in there if you wanted, right? So that's a lot of depth in there. Then up front, you've got up front now you've got Noni Madueke and Saka, right? Wow, I just said him before Saka, but Saka, Noni Madueke, right? On that left-hand side, you've got Max Dowman as well. You've got Eze, you've got Martinelli, you've got Trossard, right? On that left-hand side, and then down the middle, you've got Victor Gyökeres. When Havertz comes back, you've got Havertz. If Jesus comes back, you've got Jesus.
And Martinelli can fill that role.
And Martinelli.
And Mikel Marino if he wants to.
And Mikel Marino can fill that
So
role.
there's a lot of, that squad.
That is mad, isn't it? Andrew Berta, by the way, fair play, mate.
And if you're going to win things, if you're going to battle on multiple fronts, you need that squad depth, don't you?
You do.
Yeah, and you got to use it as well, Rob. That's the thing. I will say that. You know what I mean? So this is where it's going to be interesting. Team selections now. Like, you know, we do like starting 11, it was like pretty like...
It's nailed on all the time.
Nailed on apart from one position. But now I think, you know, you don't really know what you're going to go. Because as you said, at this moment in time, you know, Christian Norgard's not even been available yet. I don't know if he's travelled, is he? Like, I haven't done my research on that one, sorry about that. Like,
he's got some money.
I don't think he's travelled.
I don't think, so he's still got to come in.
Can it be a problem though, Lee? I mean, you know, 2 questions. Is this our best squad in 20 years?
Yes.
But also, can it be a problem as well? Can it be a blessing and a curse when you've got so many, such good squad depth? You know, you might get a player coming in, you know.
Well,
that's when you're paying that much money to do.
What's happening? You know what I mean? I ain't played for weeks. You know what I mean? You know, I was doing all right here, man. What's going on? I mean, and that causes a bit of discontent within the. You know, you've heard our managers like Pep Guardiola say in the past that's why he doesn't like a mega squad.
But he's won so much.
No, but last season he went with a small squad. So did Arteta. Paid the price, definitely, both of them. You know,
any manager tell you, Rob, right? It's easy managing the 11 that are playing. It's easy. It's the 11 that are not. And that's the job.
He's got 11.
Yeah, and then he's got 11 fantastic players. Yeah. But what separates the man from the boy, or the elite from whatever. That is what he's got to do.
Best manager.
That's how he's got to do it. Now, what you do is sometimes you have to rotate players, and the players don't like being rotated. Do you think Declan Rice was happy about being rotated? No, but you have to accept it, like, you know what I mean. So you have to manage that by. You have to say to Declan Rice, "You're not playing today," like, you know what I mean. Well, why not? Because you're playing Tuesday. But then, you know, you come Tuesday, you've got to play Declan Rice, but then you're going to have someone else going to come in and go, well, how comes I'm not?
I just played really well on the weekend.
You played really well on the weekend. You're playing Sunday. You know what I mean? Or whatever, like. So it is a difficult job, but that is what you get paid for big money to do.
Facts.
And that is what he's got to do.
Facts. He's under a lot of pressure because of this. But that's...
No excuses.
No excuses.
There's no excuses.
Rightly so.
And whatever you think today, like, what, you know... You could be right today by saying he's playing a false, and you go, yeah. I could be saying, there's a couple of changes. Julian saying that there could be 6 or 7 changes. We don't know, and so it's only Mikel's got to make that decision. And when he makes that decision, it's got to work.
Yes.
But there are going to be some players that may not. Listen, if you've got 11 that are doing really, really well, winning game after game, you're going to want to change it, are you? And there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be sitting a lot of time on the bench. But there'll be players this season that are first team players that won't even make the squad.
Yeah. 100%. I asked this about Martinelli and Trossard earlier, and you said it's not about feet. Listen, we've got to win this year. There's no room to manoeuvre around it.
No, for the play. Why I don't feel sorry for those players, right? Is because you're at Arsenal. You're at Arsenal, and you know that a club like Arsenal, the way it should be set up is to win, right? And if you're going to be part of that will be explained to you right at the start of the season that we're going for it this season. We're bringing in players, and it's going to be a lot of competition for places. And don't just assume. I mean, we remember last season when Trossard scored against Villa and he didn't want to celebrate and stuff like that. To me, I don't want to see none of that this season, right? You know what I mean? You got to earn your play. If you do what you did on Saturday, you came on and you had an instant impact. You had an assist. You know, you're saying to the manager, don't forget me. I'm here. Even when you call upon me, you know, and if you call upon me, you need me for the 90, I can do that as well.
Listen, Rob, as a player, what you have to do now, as a player, whoever you are, is you have to make it so difficult for the manager to leave you out. That's what you have to do, right? Yeah. And what does that do? That means that if everybody's got that attitude, every game and every performance is going to be right up there, isn't it? Like, you know. So for me, don't let that happen. Perform. And at the end of it, like, you know, then you can go knocking. If I don't know who you are, like Zubimendi, for instance, if we just talk about him at this moment in time, scored 2 goals at the weekend, right? And you leaving him out, he's got a right to go, hold on a minute, I've scored 2. Yeah, but you're playing Sunday. But if he's not playing Sunday, he's going to go, well, what's going on? So what you've got to do is just concentrate on performing and performing well. And if you do perform well, the level of the team goes up as well. And before you know it,
So do you think Robbie's right in dropping Mikel Merino then? Because he hasn't done anything wrong. I think he's on form.
What he's done, what Merino has done in the last couple of games, not for Arsenal, by the way, because we always talked about his hat-trick was at Spain. I'm not really interested in that.
He played right for Arsenal.
He's played well for us at this moment, and what he's doing is he's giving the manager a problem. I think Merino played well. I think one of his better performances last season. He never give Arteta a problem because he wasn't quite there until the latter. When he went up front, and I think his confidence is built from there. I see him doing things on Saturday that I haven't seen him do, like quick turns away from players and keeping the ball retention and everything like that. He has put Mikel in a difficult position to drop him today, like, you know.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play today, he's not going to play Sunday. You know what I mean? So
is that fair? Robbie, is that fair? Is that fair?
Yeah, of course it's fair. I mean, because to me, listen, he might play today because I think
he's been alright.
I've got a hunch that Arteta's going to go with that midfield that plays.
What's Arsene Wenger
that play against Liverpool? But I don't really want to see that. I want to see Ranieri play because I think there'd be more creativity if Ranieri plays in that position. But if he doesn't play, well, it's not harsh because it's Declan Rice. And I'm sorry, you're not better than Declan Rice. Declan Rice was rested for that game. We all know that. You know, I mean, Declan Rice is an immediate starter. But, you know, he just played 2 games for England, come in. Arteta obviously had one eye on this game and said, right, Merino, you're in from the start.
Best performance of the season was against Nottingham Forest.
And also as a squad player.
As in the whole team.
As a squad player, right, as a squad player, if you know as a squad...
You put 5 past Leeds as well.
No, but the performance against Nottingham... What was better, Leeds or Nottingham Forest, Lee?
Nottingham Forest. What I will say also, as a squad player, you know your role.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, you know...
Why saying a squad player?
So, like, as a squad player, you know that you're going to come in certain games and play, and there's certain games you're not going to play, right? Or start.
So you saying this for Mikel Merino? You saying this is Mikel Merino?
Not just Mikel Merino, central defenders.
He's not a bencher.
I know.
Central defenders are the same. Mosquera's come to the club knowing that, you know, he's behind Gabriel and
Norgard as well.
And Norgard as well. Norgard knows he's going to come in for certain games and not. The goalkeeper knows he's going to come in for certain games and not. So these squad players do know that, but what they've got to do is come in and give the manager a problem to leave them out, and that's what they're doing.
Okay. Jay Rawker says my team for tonight is Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabby, Hincapi, Merino, Zubi, Rice, Madueke, Glock, Gyökeres, Eze and Ranieri. He says impact for Merino and Mosquera, on for Saliba after 60 minutes.
Right, so wait. I'll ask one question there. Why is he leaving out
There's too many players, no?
Why is he leaving out Calafiori in that game?
I don't know. I wouldn't leave out Calafiori. I think he's been
Well,
brilliant.
bring in somebody that's never played for Arsenal again. You've got Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah.
Why are you doing? Why is he doing that? Because he's
impact for Mourinho.
Is that because he's a new sign? He's a new toy? Why would you be doing that? Have you seen?
We'll ask him.
Robbie, like,
he submitted.
I'm asking that back. Why are you signing? Why are you playing him captain? Have you ever seen him play? Have you ever seen him play? I've never seen him play.
I've seen him play for Leverkusen.
He is touted to be a
good
really?
player. But I wouldn't be bringing him in for this. But Jay, answer. Let us know. Lee's asking you directly why you are bringing him in and dropping Calafiori. I think it's been excellent so far. This year.
Not having a go at the team. I'm interested why if you're going to drop Calafiori, why not bringing in Miles Lewis-Skelly, and why someone that we've not seen play?
Aris says here, I don't understand how anyone can watch Mourinho and think, he needs to start. What he does for Spain and for Arsenal are completely different things.
I think that's probably best point for me. I think Mourinho is. Like that comment there, I think he gets a bit more harshly criticised than.
I do. I thought he played very well.
Yeah, I'm not.
Neat and tidy he was.
I'm not saying, listen, Rice. You said it. Rice probably in total is a better footballer, but I think Mikel Mourinho. I think he's getting a bit more harshly criticised than he deserves. I think he's actually a good player. I think he got tarnished a little bit from when he first arrived. People saying he turns like a boss, and why did he sign?
He was poor when he first came in, but he's adapted to the league. He's adapted to and he's got better and better as the season went on last season. His confidence is there, and he's a decent squad player. But if you're playing a game, if it's a cup final tomorrow, he don't play. Rice does. Simple as that.
Young says Mourinho has been performing well and can provide the extra threat in the box along with Gyökeres.
Great point.
There you go. Yeah, he got times to the whole defensive midfield stuff, but he's been scoring goals for Arsenal. I actually think he's one of our best finishers at the club, I'll be honest. I was watching that open training of pre-season, I've said it many times. He's a great finisher of the ball. He saw that in Spain as well.
But Jay got back to us yet?
Jay hasn't got back to us yet. We're still waiting to hear from Jay. Another Jay says Mourinho for Spain has Pedri that has the creativity. When Mourinho plays with Ranieri, he's better. Playing with Rice and Zubi doesn't work well.
Yeah, and that's a great point. That is a great point because he got a lot of criticism, Mourinho, for the Liverpool performance, but it wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? Like, put someone a bit more creative, like an Eze or a Ranieri. And listen, at the end of the day, if Ranieri's left out today, he could feel very, very disappointed.
He got rotated quite a bit as well towards the back.
He's come in, right, Ranieri, right? Is that right? We've scored 7 goals since he's been on the pitch. When he's not been on the pitch, we ain't scored any.
Okay, Ryan OS says Calafiori or Timber should be rested. They've both got a lot of injuries, so need rest time. Dennis
I'm not arguing with that point. That's a good point.
But you just said, I
wouldn't rest them.
Didn't you just argue that why are you playing in
I'm asking. No, I'm not. Again, you're not listening to what I said.
No, I am listening to you.
Right, I said if you're going to leave Calafiori out, right, playing Miles Lewis-Skelly, did I say that? Why are you bringing in a player that we've not seen? That's my argument on that. Right.
Cypher says I'd put Miles Lewis-Skelly on the left wing, and either Madueke, Dauman, Ethan on the right. Eze Zubimendi behind.
No, Miles Lewis-Skelly ain't playing low left wing, mate. Sorry.
All right. Andrew says Mourinho is better than Rice. Rice is probably the most frustrating player in the team. Good athlete, but slows the game down with his indecisive decisions. I find that a bit crazy.
Who's that? Does he support Man United?
I think Rice is like, I don't
know.
That is one of Declan Rice is one of our best players, without a doubt.
I don't know. Yeah, when I said to rotate for the first game, the penalties I got was crazy. But some people in the comments were saying Rice. Some people.
I agree with Rice being left out on Wednesday because that's the game you can afford.
But some people don't see, and some people don't see what Rice does for the team because some people he doesn't do anything. But I see so much. I'm actually against what people are saying. Like he does do, he covers a lot of great in the grass, the corners.
But some Declan Rice playing would even think.
Some people in the comments were like,
"Do you know what though?
One of our best players."
Do you know what? This is true. Big up to him, West Ham Paul. Always said that he got criticised for exactly the same when he was playing for West Ham. people going, oh, he don't do this and that. And he turned around and said, like, you don't realise how good a player he is
does so much
until he plays for your team.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I've always thought he was a good player. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
look at Scorcher.
but I think he's
Scorcher that when he went viral and said, what does he do? He's not. He's like a 10-minute or 20-minute.
And how stupid did he look after that when
because he banged it.
Rice, you know. and let's have it right. Declan Rice has just been selected, right? You know, a few weeks back for the Champions League Team of the Season.
Yeah, that's true.
I think people are forgetting that.
And the PFA Team.
Or was that he was selected in that team. That's how good he is. He's a world-class player.
No, he is.
And also,
he is.
that no one talks, and the biggest compliment I can give Declan Rice is no one talks about the price tag.
Yeah,
Ever talks about the price tag, you know what I mean? Like, and then you have a look at all the £100 million players that have been been about. None of them have been a success so far. Not real massive success. You can even question
Caicedo's he's doing well.
Caicedo's doing well now, but not as good as Rice.
Yeah. Jay Raucus has responded.
Well, Jay, come on, Jay.
Right. To Lee's criticism, and he says Calafiori needs to be rested.
I get that. So why not bringing in Miles Lewis-Skelly?
He says Nkapia played for the invincible Leverkusen side and is a strong left back. No, he hasn't played for us, but he looks decently.
Then that's a fair comment. You know, I won't ask him why he's leaving out Miles Lewis-Skelly, who has looked very decent for us last season. Jay, right?
Another player actually, Miles Lewis-Skelly. You're right though. I think he's. I don't know what's.
But it's good.
I suppose Calafiori's been so good that I suppose it's been tough for him to get into.
I wouldn't be too despondent if Calafiori's there. I would, if out of the three of them, I think Timber is so important to us on Sunday. I really do.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Yeah, he is.
I want a fresh, mean.
So who would you play? Sorry. So who would you play on right back then?
Well, I would have played Ben White. I would have played Ben White there, but now I'm gonna play Mosquera over there. Like, yeah.
No, I'm still sticking with Timber in there. For me, you can always take him off and bring a Mosquera on.
Timber is
let's see how the game's developing.
Yeah, I get that.
As I said, there's a long gap between Tuesday and Sunday. For they could have a complete day off.
So university here
Wednesday and Thursday, really, isn't it?
We'll have a day off and
still be fresh up.
We'll have a day off and a recovery day.
Yeah. So but you think about it, they could have a day off and a recovery day, and still be fresher than City.
Yeah.
Because City are playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, it is quite a big. So I'm sorry, Cecil. I wouldn't be against playing Miles Lewis-Skelly against City as well, because I remember last season he did be really up for that fight. I mean, Calafiori
scored against Man City.
Calafiori has been brilliant. I think Calafiori started this season so well.
You make a good point though. Miles Lewis-Skelly, Haaland, that narrative. To be fair, he'll be up for it. But quickly, university here, we're saying start strong and then rotate some of these players through the gate. That's what you're saying?
That's what I do. Me personally, I'd start with our strongest.
Okay.
Strongest 11, and then. If it's going well, then you rotate players out. If it's going well, with 2-0 up, you take Timber off, bring Mosquera on. You could take off.
I get that.
But let's go and win this game.
I would leave Timber out of this game.
Okay.
That's me. But nothing against Timber, by the way. I just want him there for Sunday.
Yeah, you'll get built as well.
And Aris agrees with you. He says, Mosquera right back, he's more than decent there. He has actually sort of played that already when he came in.
Ideally, you want Ben White playing there. Ideally, that's who you want, but he's not fit. You know what I mean? Which is a big worry now. We were talking about this last night over our wonderful meal last night, which I chose.
First meal he's ever got right.
It was all right. It was a good price. So well done. Because everything else was fully booked.
No Nico Williams for Athletic Club. He's their star player. He's a player that we tried to buy for a couple of seasons. Barcelona tried to buy him. He's won the Euros and scored in the final. He's a very, very good player. How big of a miss is that going to be for Athletic Club that their star player is missing?
He was non-existent when we played. I know you want to say it's pre-season, but it was non-existent when we played him in a friendly. He did absolutely nothing.
A lot of our players were non-existent the game before that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I'm not going off of that.
He's a big best player. You want your best players playing.
He's not playing.
We ain't got Saka playing. I'm not feeling sorry for him. if I be honest,
No.
you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that you want your best players playing, they haven't got that. I don't think they've got the depth that we're... So to leave him out or him not playing, the drop-off's going to be a lot bigger than what it is on our side. So, listen, can I say it? So I'm disappointed he's not playing. Because I want to see their best players. I want to, you know what I mean? The Champions League is about testing yourself against the best. Disappointed he ain't playing here, but you know,
No, I feel sorry for Racing.
it makes no more excuses. You still, you know, right? They've not got their best player here. You know what I mean? Maybe Cecil's right. We do win him quite comfortably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think yeah. It was all doing debate about who plays the fullback and all that. Like,
Perhaps if he'd
he's
been
not there,
rested and rotated a little bit more, he'd be fit today, wouldn't he? Like
Yep. A quote from the Athletic manager. He says, "Arsenal are a great team, but it's not easy to impose yourself at the San Mames, which is their stadium."
Right, yeah. There, Cecil. There's the name of the stadium.
But the manager also said he's not, you know, he's not focused on what he said. Arsenal and Dortmund are good teams, but I'm focused on the La Liga. Like, he says a lot of things. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to the stadium, so I don't, the atmosphere. You said it's very.
I've seen.
I don't know.
I've seen some of their games in La Liga. I saw the atmosphere when they played Man United. Flick said to me as well, it was one of the best atmospheres ever.
They bloody won, that's why. He would say that, wouldn't he?
No, the atmosphere there.
Real Madrid's supposed to be
That tonight is going to be rocking. I'm looking forward to the atmosphere in there.
And so it should be.
Yeah. So it should be. It's a big game. It's a big game.
Yeah,
you know, there's a certain player that's going to be playing tonight that plied his. Let me test you guys now. See how much your knowledge is on this game.
There you go.
Plied his trade at Manchester City.
Yeah, Laporte. Done my research. He's not available today though.
Aymeric Laporte.
Yeah, he's not available today though.
Isn't he?
No.
Why?
I don't know. He just said he's not available. I've done my research.
Why is he not available?
I don't know.
Well, you've done your research.
Yeah,
He just said
I don't know either.
Nico Williams and Laporte is unavailable because he might not be trained.
There's one other player as well that I was just checking out. He's also injured. I'm trying to find it in my notes, but yeah, Laporte. I don't. Yeah, he's
decent player he was, by the way.
Ryan Owis says he's not registered.
Well, I don't know about that.
And Opera Gunner 14 says it's pronounced San Mames. Is how it's pronounced. San Mames.
Go on then, Lee. Give it a go. San Mames.
Sam Mames. Sam is a mess.
So no Aymeric Laporte. He was playing over in Saudi, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was a really good defender. By the way.
He was.
Did he sign from these two Man City, and then he's come back now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. Isn't it that?
I think he did.
Isn't it?
Check that.
Aymeric Laporte is.
Where is he from? The Basque Country?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know he's like.
Is he French?
I think he was. No, he's French. You're right, but then he's Spanish, isn't he? You're right. He's French, but his nationality is Spain. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he played. All right, so he's okay, fine. Yeah, he was at. Yeah, he was just spot on. Bilbao under 19s, Athletic Club under 19s. But he started in France, then went to under 19s, then he played for the Basque Konya, then played for the first team of Athletic Club, then went to Man City, then went Al Nassr, now he's back.
So he's back home.
Yeah, so he is from here, but obviously he come here as a kid and then decided to represent Spain.
But he's French. That's interesting.
It's a funny thing, isn't it?
That was an interesting journey, but yeah. Laporte.
All right, let's.
Another question? Is that another question?
Yeah, I'll get another question in. But in the meantime, what I'd like to hear from you guys, can we get your predictions? You guys out there, give us your predictions. What you think the game is how it's going to end up. Remind us of your prediction.
3-0 to Arsenal.
You went 3-0 to Arsenal. You went.
I went 2-1.
I've gone 2-1 as well.
You're not going to change any of you two. You still don't think?
No.
After all this debate and conversation.
2-0. I'll go 2-0.
Yeah,
I think I'll stay with my 2-1 at the moment.
You think we're going to consider? All right.
I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think Arsenal will come out on top. Oleg Pieri says 5-1 to Arsenal. Well, that'd be sweet if that happened.
I'll take that now. Put your hands up for that.
Dennis Gunner's going 3-0 to Arsenal.
Some sense in this chat.
Mark T says 3-0. Eze Gyökeres with 2 goals. Kishinde 2-0 to the Arsenal. Cypher's going 4-1 Arsenal. Opera Gunner 2-0 to Arsenal. So it's very
people
very positive. People are very positive about the team at the moment.
I'm wary of those sort of scores because of our away games.
Arsenal.
It's a good feeling right now. We've got good quality.
Yeah, but at home we've been fantastic. But away
Blackie's
from
3-0.
quite a bit like
Thomason 2-1 Arsenal. James Bullen, 3-1 to the Arsenal. Henry is going 4-0 to Arsenal.
5-0.
Someone 5-0. Who's gone 5-0? 5-0.
5-0. Ayush, 5-0.
Ben Davies,
Ben Daines, 4-0. So Anthony Morgan, 4-0. So it's a very, very, very positive scorelines. Buster goes 1-1. Steve Stringer, 3-1. Yeah. Now they're starting to get a bit mad. Alex says 7-0, I don't know. But very positive. Right, before we go, I'd like to know your team, Lee. Give me the team that you would like to see start tonight for the Arsenal.
For me tonight, I'm going to go Raya in goal.
For me tonight.
The team you want. Not what you think will happen, the team you want.
Mosquera right back.
Yep.
Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubamendi, Rice, Wanyeri, Madueke, Gyökeres and Eze.
Raya in goal. Timber. I'm going to go Mosquera, Gabriel, and then rotate. Then bring on Saliba at some point in the game. Left back, Calafiori. Midfield three that I'd actually want. It's so different. What I'd actually really want, but
what you want. It's what you want.
No.
Yeah, tell us what you want
for this game.
Yeah, give us what you want.
He's not. It's none
just
of
give us what you want.
Declan, I know. But I want to attack him again.
Then give us it.
All right, we'll go Zubamendi in the 6. I could have put Declan Rice in there, and then an Eze and an Ethan Wanyeri in front. I want creative. It's not going to happen.
And then your front
three.
three.
Front three would be.
That's what Julian said.
Yeah, the front three would be, I guess, Noni, Gyökeres and Martinelli.
Okay.
But it's not going to do that at all.
All right, so mine is in goal, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. Zubamendi, Rice, and Wanyeri, and Eze on the left. Right hand side, Madueke, Gyökeres down the middle.
It's good team.
That'd be mine. More or less the same team as Saturday, but just with Mourinho swapping out for Declan Rice.
He put Zubamendi, Rice, and Mourinho in.
But I must say,
he'll do that.
I think that's what he'll do.
I'm not against.
And I'm not angry at that either.
I'm not against Lee's Mosquera right back for Timber. If that happens, right? If there's any sort of injury fears at all with Timber, that'd be mine. Ryan, what's yours?
Mosquera, right? I agree with these.
So you agree with Lee's team?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Rest Timber.
You can take him off at any time.
Yeah, I get the both. I just think Timber is so important for Sunday. I really do.
But why about you not starting Saliba though? Like straight back in. Like,
only if we only, to me, this is a doctor's medical team's decision. If Saliba is fully recovered, I'd start him. I'd give him like
pain-free.
I'm giving him like a 50 minutes, and then I'm taking him off. Mascara, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not against that.
Yeah, but you don't want him going into hold as well.
No,
so you want to take him in for the last little.
But whoever plays it, all 4 defenders have got to be right on it on Sunday because you see what happened with if you're not.
Yeah, you saw.
We're not Man United. Yeah, I know that. We're not Man United.
If you're not on it. He's the biggest threat in the Premier League.
It's your biggest test as a centre-back is Erling Haaland.
He's had 0.0 XG every time we played him recently.
Yeah, and the reason is because we've been right at it.
Yeah, we've been right at it, and it's the biggest test you face as a centre-back.
And they will be up for it, don't get me wrong. But I do think that if Saliba will be 4 weeks without a game, and I think at the end of the day, you've got to get some minutes of legs at some stage today.
I agree with that. Anyway, listen, we're looking forward to the game tonight. We're over here. We're lucky enough to be over here in Bilbao.
Sun shining.
I don't know. Sun's gone in a bit, man. The flip-flops might have to be put away, mate.
No, they're staying on.
Right? The flip-flops might
And
have
shorts.
What make are they again?
Where do you think you are? Havanas.
Havanas.
Where do you think you are?
I'm in Spain, mate. That's where I am.
It's cold out there.
We've been out there today. Look,
I've got long johns on.
Yeah, well,
I've got long johns.
But you're an idiot. I've seen him. I've seen him in the summer. He's got all long john. When in the winter, he's got a t-shirt on and things like that. You know what I mean? The geezer's not
cold.
there.
It's cold out
Crazy.
there.
You know, over in Africa, the guy's got like.
Yeah. We've been out there today. Me and Ryan have, got up.
Yeah, but that was then.
Around.
Yeah, the sun's gone in.
That was then. Our sun's gone in out
No,
there.
it's not gone in. You've got the blinds down. You cut. Like,
I beg your pardon.
We're about to get demonetised. No sunbathing for you, mate. We're going.
Anyway, listen, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, right? Big game tonight. Big watch along as well. Marty and the guys back in London leading that watch along. That's going to be great, right? So make sure you join them for the big watch along. And also, as I'm talking about watch alongs, come Sunday, another massive watch along, watch party at the Box Park in Croydon. So if you want to join us down there, we're doing a big watch party to the Arsenal-Man City game. But watch along tonight in the studio. Marty and the guys are going to be there, so make sure you check that out. Also, we're here, of course, in Bilbao. We're going to be speaking to fans after the game and getting their views on how it went. Hopefully it's a big win. Of course, we'll be talking to these guys as well. So you will not miss out on a thing if you keep it locked here on AFTV. Subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't already done so. Lee, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cecil. And thank you, the most importantly and especially, to you guys for tuning in. And we'll be back a little bit later. This is a big game tonight. The first game of the Champions League this season, 2024. Oh, 2025, 26. Yeah. Right, time's going fast, right? Can Arsenal go a step further this year and win this thing? Thanks for watching.